All right, welcome to Jim's Armory. I am Jim, and I've got something special today from SIG Custom Works. Look at that beautiful case. That's really nice. Inside here, I've got a SIG Sauer P226 XFive. The original XFive was made in Germany around 20 years ago or more, if I remember right. And it wasn't easy to get here in the US. It was wildly popular though, built on the 226 platform, 5-inch long gun, single action only, which means you're going to get a great trigger. You got the safety on there, which is going to be good if you come from, that world where, the 1911 was a popular gun for you. You're probably used to working that trigger already anyway. It's going to feel nice to you. It's going to be comfortable. So today we've got the American-made P226 XFive, single action only, based on the tried and true 226 platform and inspired. I think it's almost exactly the same as the original German gun. Now they make two versions of this, the modern, and then there's the classic, which is like the German gun. It has I believe a Hogue Coco Bolo grip, very beautiful. Instead of a skeletonized trigger, it has a regular solid trigger, and instead of this sort of sporty thumb rest takedown lever, it has a standard takedown lever. Other than that, I believe they're identical. I believe that there's no other differences. It still has the same adjustable trigger, which we'll get into here in a bit. So some highlights of this gun right off the bat. You got 3 20-round magazines, which is incredible. I can't stand these days getting 117 round and 120 round, or 117 round and 220 rounds. I mean, I need at least 4 full capacity magazines to be happy. So automatically you're investing more money, but that's great. We got a 5-inch bull barrel on this gun, which is empty. We are clear. So you got a 5-inch bull barrel on here. We've got the skeletonized 3-way adjustable AX3 trigger. You can adjust the reach, the pull weight, and over travel. The classic, as I said, has the solid trigger, but it's the same adjustments on that. You got your Dawson style rear sight, which is just incredible. So if I can line that up with the camera. Oh, there we go. You got fiber optic front sight, oversized thumb rest, like I said, and it's really cool. There's a little button right here that you can push in order to actually take the gun down. Like that. That's a good idea. I always wondered what would happen if you're getting a little too aggressive with this thing. Your slide comes back while it's cycling a new round and you accidentally push it all the way down. Does it just fly off the front? Evidently that could happen, and SIG thought of that by putting this little button on there. What else we got here? Ambidextrous thumb safety, and this is just absolutely beautifully contoured right here. You are not going to have any hot spots with that, which is a complaint on a lot of guns with thumb safeties, especially 1911-esque guns, is that the webbing of your finger rubs on that, and can get a little uncomfortable after long firing sessions, gunfights, whatever it is you're into. What else we got here? We got firing pin safety lock, which let's see, you got to push that up, down. See, I'm not even used to that yet. So there you go. You got your safety lock here, and kind of similar to like a Series 80 1911. This ain't a 1911. I'm just saying it's similar how that works. What else we got? We got the Hogue G10 Piranha grips on this one. They are very sticky, very, very comfortable, but very aggressive, I think. We've got a included alloy magwell on here. It just goes around the back. Stainless steel frame, accessory rail in the front here. Optics ready with the SIG Pro footprint. Also under here, you've got your RMR holes already drilled and tapped into the top, and your Delta Point Pro is also covered. So you don't need to use any of those pesky T-nuts or anything like that. And it disassembles right here. I believe a T10 Torx, 2 screws, and this plate comes off. The first thing you notice, let's get that out of the way, when you pick up this gun, is the weight of it. This is a heavy gun coming in at 48 ounces. That is 3 pounds. I think this is the heaviest gun I've had in a long time on this bench, maybe ever, unless we're talking like Thompson Center or maybe like a, I don't know, an AR-15 pistol. It's a really heavy gun, but very comfortable. It's comfortable to handle, and I think that weight's going to probably help. I mean, it helps quite a bit to mitigate recoil. It's got a little snap to it, and it's not compensated, so it's going to be like your typical 5-inch heavy gun, like maybe a Staccato XL or something like that. Probably not as nice. I don't think this has got the handmade stuff. This is a production gun, but SIG makes really good production guns, especially their metal frame hammer fired guns. They're really, really good. You're not going to find a better production gun. And the next thing you notice is this is absolutely the nicest trigger I have ever encountered on a production gun. Trigger weight on this thing is sub 2.5 pounds, I believe. And it can be adjusted to be even lighter. I don't think anything lighter than that is really necessary. So this trigger is adjustable really 4 ways. The SIG doesn't want you to mess with this little screw right here. Is meant to adjust pre-travel. It says in the manual not to mess with it. I'm not going to be able to help myself. I'm not recommending you do it, but I mean, I take apart all my guns and figure out how they work and I modify them. That's me. Next adjustment is a 2.5 millimeter Allen key right here, which is going to allow you to slide that trigger forwards and backwards and adjust that length. And if you're coming from a 1911 or 2011, you got to buy a new trigger and get a different size trigger shoe to do that. So that's a really cool feature to have. Next, we have the tension or the trigger weight, which is through the front here. And I believe that's a 2 millimeter Allen key. That's going to need to be kind of long to hit up inside of here. I'm not going to be able to show it to you. You got to take it apart a little bit to see it. But and then your final adjustment, which is the over travel, is going to be this hole in the bottom right here. Same 2 millimeter Allen key. There's a little screw right behind the trigger there. You can just see it. So let's see what we're doing for trigger weight here. All right. 2 pounds, 5.2 ounces. 2 pounds, 0.2 ounces. 2 pounds, 4.9 ounces. 2 pounds, 0.09. Average of those 5 or 6 times I did that's 2 pounds, 2.8 ounces. That is an incredibly light trigger and very crisp and nice reset too. So almost nothing, and right before you get to the wall you can kind of feel that trigger or firing pin block engaging. It adds maybe less than half a pound, and then a nice wall, crisp break, nice reset. Very, very soft, but also incredibly tactile, easy to feel it. And I have rapid fired this thing. You definitely get a good feeling from that reset. I forgot to push that little button there. It's also a nice extended mag release right here. Just really great, easy to push in a good location. Doesn't interfere with the support hand at all, like some of the aftermarket ones that people put on. I've dropped a mag or two in my day borrowing a gun from somebody, and I think I put one on one of my guns and immediately was dropping the mag every time I'd fire. It was kind of embarrassing. Had to put it in the bag and go home. It's not perfect though. There's a few things that could probably be improved. First of all, the slide release. Coming from the 2011 world or 1911 world, sometimes they're just too far away and they don't stick out enough. This is plenty close, as you can see. It's right here. The problem is getting around the safety. It sticks out quite a bit, and you either have to go around it and hook your hand around it this way, or kind of go over the top. And either way, I don't like it if I have to change my grip or move it to engage it. I feel like it's a little unsafe. You know, you don't want to break the 180 trying to, you know, release your slide. And then the other complaints I have are actually around the sights. It's not what you think. These sights are incredible. These are beautiful sights. If I shot iron sights, I would be more than happy with this gun. I'd be thrilled to death, but I don't. And a lot of people don't these days. And when you remove this optic plate, you lose your rear sight. And now, if you use one of SIG's optics like the Romeo X Pro or the Romeo M17, which is designed for the military version of the P320, it also loses its rear sight. And they have integrated sights in those optics. But if you don't want one of those, like me, and you're going to go with an RMR or a Delta Point Pro, then you're losing this, and you either can buy a plate, a rather expensive plate that incorporates a rear sight, and I'm not a fan of those. They're almost never the way I like them, and it makes the plate automatically cost a bunch of money. So if you go with a regular standard plate without the rear sight integrated, you're going to get left with, you can't really see it. I'm going to do another video and show how I'm going to fix all of this stuff on this gun. All this stuff is easily addressable, easily fixable. It makes it takes a really great gun and makes it excellent, in my opinion. But there's 3 little holes under here. And now SIG makes an iron sight for this. It's like they knew this was going to be a problem, so they make a sight. And it's really cool. It's actually suppressor height, which is great. It means you can co-witness, which is great. But it means you need to also buy the front sight, which is not so great. And it's not as nice as what you're taking off. These are just your, plain 3-dot ugly sights. But they do co-witness, so that's fine. Now, it is just a cosmetic issue, but I'm guessing if you're the kind of person to put this kind of coin down on a gun, you're probably also the kind of person who cares how it looks. So you're going to be into it for a little bit more money to get that problem fixed. And there is a solution for this too. You can bend it. You can buy another one in case you break it, but there's a offering available, which I'll talk about in my next video. It's pretty easy to fix, and it solves the problem perfectly. And it still fits in a holster and everything. Like I said, I have fixes for all this stuff that I'll share in my next video about this gun. Please subscribe. You'll get an update when it comes out. And if you don't mind, give me a like too. I'm new at this. I've got a few more videos I'm going to do. I've got lots more guns coming, lots more ideas, lots of content coming. So help me out, and I'll take care of you. Thank you.